Now, do I believe alpha and beta? Well, I don't understand alpha at all. I semi-understand beta. I can make some basic algebraic manipulations. I couldn't derive it, really. I couldn't use it in any way. So I don't really qualify. But that's all right. Because I can do what we all do all the time, and that is we can pass the buck to the experts. I don't have to understand it, but there have to be people that really understand it. And this is, oddly enough, curiously enough, this is one of the great powers of language. One of the unsung powers of language is that you can use language to give yourself formulae that you can use without understanding them. We do the believing, we leave the understanding to the experts. And this is, in fact, a very useful tactic. There are scientists who use formulae in their work that they themselves really don't know how to derive, really don't know how to use, but there's a sort of a chain of authority that they can trust so that they can use them with confidence.
Because of the success of science, there is a kind of I think a kind of pseudoscience that social science is an example of a science which is not a science. They don't do scientific. They follow the forms. You gather data, you do so and so forth, but they don't get any laws. Haven't found out anything. They haven't got anywhere yet. Maybe someday they will, but it's not very well developed. But what happens is, at an even more mundane level, we get experts on everything that sound like they're sort of scientific expert. They're not scientific. They sit at a typewriter and they make up something like, food grown with fertilizer that's organic is better for you than food grown with fertilizer that's inorganic. May be true, may not be true, but it hasn't been demonstrated one way or the other. But they'll sit there on the typewriter and make up all this stuff as if it's science, and they become an expert on foods, organic foods, and so on. There's all kinds of myths and pseudoscience all over the place.